Hello there, thank you very much for joining us for another edition of the Evening Review. My name is Okito Greg, and in the studio with me this evening I have Mr. Marvin Shikuambi of Shikuambi Technologies. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for joining us. I understand you're going to tell us about NamCoin. What is NamCoin?
Well, NamCoin is a BEP20 token, which is on the BNB chain. So that's a blockchain. So basically, it's a digital asset.
Is it like a cryptocurrency?
Yes, it's a cryptocurrency. But the difference between a cryptocurrency and a token is that, a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin has its own blockchain technology, and a token like NamCoin is built on an existing blockchain.
Okay.
But essentially, they're just the one and the same thing. You can just think of it as one has a spine and the other is on another one's spine.
I see.
Something of that nature.
I see. And what does BTB stand for?
BNB. BNB is the BNB is the Binance coin. So it's the name that Binance uses for their blockchain.
Okay.
So they have a coin called the Binance coin, which is BNB, and they have the blockchain called the BNB chain.
Okay.
But BNB itself is actually an acronym for build and build, which is just a saying that they use in Binance for building products, just build and build and build. It's like their slogan.
I
basically,
see.
yeah.
I see. Okay. Please also elaborate for us what is blockchain?
Blockchain technology, blockchain is an immutable ledger. Okay. So blockchain technology itself, when you do stuff on the blockchain, you basically send data that is blocks of data, okay? But these blocks of data, they're sent like one after the other, and those blocks of data are basically the blockchain, and they're kind of like connected, and they come with each other. But that's what it is. A blockchain is basically an immutable ledger. It's a distributed ledger also.
Immutable, that means it can't be changed?
Yeah, it can't be changed.
Okay.
It's an immutable ledger, and it can't be changed. And what blockchain is mainly used for is for private transactions. So let's say you have like a wallet address, and you want your friend to get some Bitcoin or some BNB or whatever, only you to know about the transaction. Unlike, for example, in banking, when you do transactions, there could be someone authorizing the transaction. Not the case with cryptocurrency or blockchain. Everything is just on an immutable ledger, and it's distributed, so there's no one way of doing it. Yeah.
I find it difficult to believe that it's immutable. I mean, everything on the internet, if you have the rights, you can go in there and change whatever you like. How can it be immutable?
It's immutable because it's a smart contract. A smart contract is only between party A and party B.
Okay.
There's no middleman. That's what makes it immutable. And it also has a lot of encryption. They also use hashlib algorithms to sort of make sure it's safe. So what makes it immutable is the fact that no one can hack it. Basically, it's very tough to hack a blockchain because of all the cryptography involved and the encryption that they add to it. Yeah.
And you're going to have an event regarding this NamCoin?
Yes, we're coming to Muso's Bar and Cafe. That's on the 27th of September this year. So at Muso's Bar and Cafe, we're going to have a NamCoin meetup for our token on the BNB chain. And at this meetup, we're just going to network and invite everyone that's interested in blockchain technology, decentralized applications, and cryptocurrency and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah, and on the lineup, we also have a few artists like Grandson is also going to perform. There's also Nilo, and Wise and myself are also going to do a performance on there. So it's going to be a lovely night. So it's just networking and having fun. That's what it is.
You mentioned another unfamiliar term there, decentralized applications. What's that?
So decentralized applications. So that the shortened term for decentralized applications is dApps.
Okay.
So anything decentralized, it's sort of like, when you take the power from a central authority. So a lot of systems that we use are very centralized. There's someone in charge, someone making decisions. So decentralized systems have no central authority. The sort of power is distributed among different entities. So a decentralized application is built on the blockchain.
Okay.
So the way you access it is only if you have, let's say, access to a certain blockchain ecosystem. So for example, a decentralized application could be a cryptocurrency exchange. And if you want to use this exchange, you have to buy a certain token for you to use this exchange and do transactions on that exchange. That's what makes it decentralized. There's no central authority.
I see. Let's go back to NamCoin. How long has it been in existence?
NamCoin was created and published in 2023.
Okay.
I wrote the smart contract myself. I wrote the code for the smart contract myself. in my house when I was just bored, and I published it onto the BNB chain in 2023. So that was around, the date was January 10th. And I published it onto the blockchain, and I supplied 1 billion NMC.
What's an NMC?
NMC is the symbol for NamCoin.
Okay.
You know, like Bitcoin is BTC.
Yeah.
NMC is the symbol for NamCoin.
Okay.
So I published 1 billion NMC onto the BNB chain, and I've just been sharing it around, and I built a community on WhatsApp. So we are a very small community still, but it's on WhatsApp, and we talk about cryptocurrency, our coin, and what we do regarding our crypto community.
I see. So I imagine that at that point when you published it, the billion NMC wasn't worth anything. Does it have value now?
Yeah, it has value now, although we had to sort of remove the liquidity because we wanted to start from scratch again. But yeah, when you publish tokens onto a blockchain, initially they have little value. That billion NMC is not $1 billion, you know. But as more and more people buy the coin or use the coin for anything, that's when the value goes up. So whatever has value is because of its use case. So as many people use it and so forth and swap it, that's what makes it more valuable.
I see.
Yeah. So there's not much difference between a currency and a cryptocurrency. It's all currencies. The only difference is that a cryptocurrency is secret. It's a secret currency because it's on the blockchain. But it's the same thing with currencies too.
But the difference with the currency is that there's a government that backs the currency, and we have a set value.
Yeah, but when you take a look at stable coins like USDT is also a sort of like attached to the US dollar. It's a stable coin that is the same as the US dollar.
What is a stable coin?
Okay, a stable coin is basically a coin that is backed by a sort of like legal tender. You know, legal tender in the for example, a stable USDT is a stable coin that is the same price as the US dollar.
Okay.
So that's what a stable coin is.
So the American government is involved?
I know that it was created by a company in Hong Kong, but the American government is involved with USDT, yes. So that's basically their stable coin.
And what is our government's stance in terms of NamCoin and blockchain technology in general?
In 2023, I know that Honorable Mpumbu Shimbi released the Virtual Assets Act.
Yes.
And that act was basically to add regulations to all these new virtual assets and digital assets popping up in our country. So the stance on that is that it's regulated. So there's been laws that were passed.
So the act was accepted.
It was accepted.
It's a law now.
It's a law now in 2023.
Okay.
Because that time there was a bunch of us popping up in cryptocurrencies, so that's when it came into play. So yeah, the regulations have been passed, and what you have to do is before you can go on to your before you can start your project or anything, you first have to go through the process of the Virtual Assets Act and comply with Bank of Namibia.
At Bank of Namibia. So what's the Bank of Namibia stance?
Bank of Namibia stance is pretty much the same as Parliament. So they just want to regulate cryptocurrency. They haven't banned it. They just want to regulate it and make sure that it's safe and trusted for everyone to participate in, and to make sure that everyone's funds are safe during the entire whatever project that you're working on.
Yes. Safety of funds is very important, especially for us here in Namibia, most of us who don't have many or much funds.
Yeah.
But what I'm interested in is something you mentioned about use case.
Yes.
Is there currently a use case for NamCoin?
Yes, there is a use case for NamCoin.
Okay, what can I use it for?
What you can use it for is you can use it as tokenized equity. So it will represent the equity that you have in Shikuambi Technology CC.
Okay.
So if you own a lot of NamCoin, that represents how much equity you own in our business. So the term for it is actually tokenized equity or tokenized shares. So basically that's how it can be used for. It represents the shares or the equity that you own in our business.
Our business. So you have partners?
Yes, I do have a partner. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any employees?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
So there's an office somewhere?
Yeah, we are located in Northern Industrial, Kudu Gas Street. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what do your employees do every day?
Well, right now, one of my employees is actually out. He's at a wedding. But what we do every day is, right now we're busy with the event that's happening on the 27th of September. But usually we're just working on marketing material, content that we show on the group, more or less communicating with people about our project, scheduling meetings. So that's what we do here.
Okay. Is there a blockchain community in Namibia? Are there other players in the field at the moment?
I mean, there's people that want to make cryptocurrency exchanges. There's people that have dreams of creating their own blockchain. But for me, I am the only one I know of with an actual digital asset that exists, a concrete Web3 product. Yeah, that exists.
Okay, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. So if I have a NamCoin, can I exchange it for other digital currencies?
Yes. Anything on the BNB chain. So if Bitcoin is on the Binance exchange, you can exchange NMC for BTC on Binance. If USDT is there, you can exchange NMC for BTC. So any other cryptocurrency or digital asset that can be found on the BNB chain, Binance's blockchain, you can swap it for NMC or vice versa.
And can I exchange it for Namibian dollars?
Well, the way that will be done is you would have to withdraw it from the exchange and then turn it into Namibian dollars. So that's a bit of a tricky process because you would have to go through a cryptocurrency exchange and then withdraw the funds into your bank account.
Into my bank account?
Yeah, so that would be, the way that can be done is you would have to first swap NMC for USDT on BNB chain. And then from there, you can take that USDT and deposit it withdraw it into your account, whether it be using a popular one that people like to use is the South African exchange, Altcoin Trader. Yeah, they love using Altcoin Trader for withdrawing their funds. So,
I see. Okay, so if I want to get some NAM coins, how much is it going to cost me?
Right now, you can if you have a $600, I would recommend using $600, starting with $600 worth of BNB or $600 worth of USDT, and put that into your crypto wallet and swap it for NamCoin.
Okay, so how would if I say I've got the $600 and I decide right now I'm going to do it, how do I do it?
The way you would do it is you would have to buy cryptocurrency on an exchange. So let's say you have a Binance wallet.
I don't.
Then you have to open a Binance wallet first.
Okay, how do I do that?
You download the Binance app. And then when you download the Binance app, you then buy cryptocurrency directly with your bank account.
I see.
Yes.
So I need a smartphone or some kind of computer technology before I can even...
Yes,
definitely. This isn't for
just any average person. Although there are exchanges that they can do that for you, licensed exchanges like Ariel Crypto Exchange.
Okay.
They can send you your cryptocurrency to your wallet. If you want to buy crypto, you can do it via them.
Okay, awesome. We'll take a short break here, but we'll be right back for this interesting discussion. Stay with us.
Tomorrow Namibia, catch chill sessions every Saturday at 1900 hours on NTV, hosted by Michael Kayunde, for trending Namibian music videos and top entertainment news. Or alternatively, watch anytime on Echo via 1up2, your hub for all episodes.
Welcome back to the Evening Review. My name is Ogito Greg, and in the studio with me this evening, Mr. Marvin Shikuambi of Shikuambi Technologies. He's telling us all about NamCoin. Just before the break, I was asking you about how somebody can participate even if they don't have a computer or a cell phone. The reason why I was asking that question is because one of the big topical issues right now is financial inclusion, and that's an issue that is concerning. There's a big conference in Swakopmund at the moment, and it's concerning Bank of Namibia and the whole financial industry as a whole. Do you think that this kind of NamCoin technology, but a blockchain technology, is going to be able to change the financial landscape in Namibia and help more Namibians access the formal economy?
Definitely. That's why crypto was built. Crypto was built for the little guy, because these banking systems have been here for hundreds of years, and they've been controlled by the same people for hundreds of years. So cryptocurrency itself, especially crypto adoption, if it were to happen on a mass scale, it's definitely possible for, let's say, someone in the village that has at least some sort of smartphone to access their cryptocurrency funds on their smartphone immediately. But then they would obviously require a smartphone and access to the internet and some sort of education about how to use the application, whatever cryptocurrency application that they're using. So it's definitely possible to for some sort of financial inclusion to happen via cryptocurrency, yeah, it's definitely possible.
The technology doesn't allow for access via SMS, USD type.
No. You need an application. You need an application from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store.
Yeah.
So that you need an application.
I see. Just because that the spread of smartphones based on the latest figures issued by Namibia's Statistics Agency just on Monday, when they did regional analysis from the data collected during the Housing and Population Census of 2023, indicates that in most of our constituencies, access to smartphones, it's usually 50% at the best, 30%, 20%, and then access to internet, we're talking about from 30%, 20% and down.
Yeah.
So our population just isn't there.
It's not there. Yeah. These are very deep structural issues that you're talking about. Yeah. So what we definitely need to do some sort of industrialization first if we want most Namibians to even get a chance to use crypto. Although, if you can, let's say, implement some sort of free internet, like 5G, around Windhoek or around Namibia, which is we're 3 million people,
Yeah.
If you can implement 5G for 3 million Namibians for free,
Yeah.
there will be a big difference maker. If everyone just had access to the internet immediately.
Let's talk about another aspect, another issue. If we talk about anything that is looking to replace our current banking system, one of the reasons why we are interested in a replacement is because of banking fees and charges. What are the kinds of fees and charges associated with blockchain and specifically with NamCoin?
With blockchain charges, it's only gas fees. Blockchain charges are very cheap.
What's a gas fee?
A gas fee that's the term used on the blockchain when you're doing a transaction. So if I were to send you 5 BNB on the blockchain, then I would have to pay a gas fee of about 0.01, but it's very, very small compared to what I'm sending you. For example, if 1 BNB is worth 14,000 Namibian dollars.
Okay.
That's how much 1 BNB is worth. So if I were to send you 1 BNB, I'll probably pay a gas fee of about $200 from that 14,000. You understand? So gas fees are the only fees that you pay on the blockchain, and that's just to keep the whole network running too.
So who do you pay that to? Who collects the gas fees?
The person, no, okay, there's no person, sorry, but the blockchain itself, it goes back into the blockchain, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the founder of a cryptocurrency. I'm not the founder of a blockchain, like a whole blockchain. So I don't know the specifics when it comes to how funds work on there, because I just use it too. But I'm the founder of a cryptocurrency.
But your cryptocurrency and your company, it's a business. You are aiming to make money. So how do you make your money?
The way I make my money is I just sell NamCoin. I sell NamCoin and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got you started with 1 billion of them. How many do you have left to sell?
Well, billion means supply. 1 billion means supply. So there's 1 billion in supply and circulation.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's there. It's on PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is a decentralized exchange, so it exists on the blockchain. 1 billion in circulation. So I don't own any technically. It's all out there for people to buy and swap. But like I said, we had to remove the liquidity because we're starting from scratch again, and we're sort of changing our white paper so that people can understand it better.
When did you make that decision and that move?
That was earlier this year.
Okay.
Earlier this year, as we started to sort of restructure, and because Shikuambi Technologies CC was recently registered in June, so we had to put more structure in place.
I see. Yeah.
Before we could start moving properly.
Yeah.
Because initially it was just a token on the blockchain. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned a white paper. What is that?
A white paper is it's a statistical explanation of our project.
Okay.
So it's basically all the information that you need regarding NamCoin, how to buy it, how it works, the plan, the mission, the aim is found in our white paper.
And where can one do that research? Where can one access the white paper?
Well, I can send it to you if you're on the group. So you can just join us on our NamCoin group. I can take your number afterwards and I can send you the white paper. Or I can email it to you. And on my LinkedIn, Marvin Shikuambi, I actually published it online.
Okay.
And if I didn't do so, I'll do it again tonight for anyone that's looking for the white paper.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed in your invite to your event, you also say that there'll be developers present.
Yeah.
What would developers do for you?
Well, if you're a developer and you like building products, you can also come in and maybe we talk about what digital assets you want to build. If you have an idea of a coin, we can talk about it that night. If you have an idea of a NFT, which is a non-fungible token, a digital asset, any digital asset that you want to create, or whatever decentralized application that you want to build, we can talk about it at the meetup. That's what the meetup is for. It's for any tech guys that are interested in, I want to learn about this, I want to make my own coin. Whatever coin you want to come up with, Afro coin, whatever, we just make it happen. That's what we want developers to do.
Apart from the different names, what are the distinctions between coins? What makes one coin different from another?
What makes one coin different from another is usually the use case.
Okay.
The use case, and also what it's about. Because there's also meme coins. Some coins that are published on the blockchain or deployed on the blockchain, are called meme coins. For example, the Trump coin that was published that went viral and made hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
That's called a meme coin in blockchain. So what people see in that, they see the value of the entire community. So what happens is when you deploy a meme coin, there's other people that sort of buy that meme coin, then it goes up in value, and most people make money off of that meme coin. So it's all about value. So you gotta understand value and putting your money into what you view as an asset, and then selling that asset later. That's what it is. Although what makes some coins different from other coins is just like I said, the use case. For example, what makes BNB different from BTC is that BNB is used to access the Binance ecosystem, and Bitcoin itself is used as a value holder. So people invest in Bitcoin because they want to keep it for the long run, and people use BNB to buy stuff on Binance Exchange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you also find coins with specialized use cases, like for instance, a specific coin which I would only use maybe to buy electricity or airtime, or something specific, and then by using that I can save a little bit of money? Is there any practical benefit apart from just being an entrepreneur and, because it all sounds a lot like, what are these things, foreign currency exchange and, all these trading things, kind of like gambling. Yeah, but I'm asking, is there any practical application for a normal citizen?
For a normal citizen, yes, but that would be mostly in Europe or America. That's where you'll find how they use Bitcoin to buy credit or buy food. So there are people that use Bitcoin in the world. For example, El Salvador, under the leadership of their current leader, Nayib Bukele, they adopted Bitcoin as a form of legal tender. Okay. And when they adopted it as legal tender, people started paying for food in Bitcoin, started paying for electricity in Bitcoin, and that really helped the economy go up in GDP. So yeah, in El Salvador, that's where you can start.
I thought Bitcoin is very, very expensive.
It is.
How can you be paying for bread with $1 million note or something?
Because the lowest form, one Bitcoin right now is worth 100,000. Okay. But there's a lower form of currency. No. Bitcoin itself, if you have 0.001 Bitcoin, you have a Satoshi. Okay. You don't have a Bitcoin. The lowest value of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. All right. So that's like 0.005 Satoshis. It's still Bitcoin, but it's called a Satoshi. Okay. Now when it reaches 1, that's when it's a Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah. So you don't have 0.09 Bitcoin, you have 0.09 Satoshis. When you have 1 Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoins, that's when you officially have Bitcoin, when you reach 1. So you can use Bitcoin, a cheaper form of Bitcoin, to pay for things. I see. Yeah.
I see. There was another interesting thing about that poster where you said there's going to be a digital art auction.
Yes.
How does that work?
So if you have the Binance app and you're an artist, you can basically place your artwork or upload it to Binance in the form of a digital asset called an NFT. Okay. So if you have a lot of fans and people love your artwork, you can upload your artwork in the form of NFT, and they can bid and pay for your digital artwork. So people can bid for your artwork, and the highest bidder gets to keep it. So if you, let's say, want to place the bids at like 5 BNB, which is approximately 60 to 70,000, then that's where it starts. And someone that wants someone that bids for it for, let's say 10 BNB, then you walk away with your 140,000. You know, theoretically, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Marvin, this is a very interesting topic. Our time is almost up. You can say one last thing before we could say
yes,
goodbye.
guys, please join us at Musos on the 27th of September so we can go in depth with this about cryptocurrency, blockchain, NamCoin, Binance, BNB, how it all works. The lineup for the night is going to be Grandson, it's going to be Nilo, so it's going to be a very good time, and we're just going to discuss and kick it and talk about crypto.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for joining us. Join us again next evening for the next evening review. Good night.